Seriously, I have never had a man do that to me. Well, I should say, did I ever? I think that I had one experience where he may have. But I've never really had a man do that. Men don't do that anymore. And it's a nice gesture.
Well, you tell them. Go out and tell people.
Oh, tell men?
You tell them off. You never kiss my hand.
Oh, snap.
Oh, when.
Yes, hi.
Of course, sometimes it was so much the gesture back then. They greeted each other that way too. A man would greet a lady like this with her hand too. Or if a man wanted to show a lady affection, he would kiss her hand. Or saying goodbye, he would kiss her hand. And then there was some women who, you know, would be all. They'd be out with someone and they were just good friends or something, and they would just put their hand out. Some ladies, you know, if they didn't want the man, it was a nice way for the lady to let the man know, you got the hand and that's it. You know? that type of
Friend zone.
Hands and that's it.
The hands.
Kiss my hand. You know? that type of
What
thing.
if you could more like...
The ladies could put the men in their places with that too. You know what I'm saying?
There.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, there's my hand.
Out the door.
Okay. Well, also this time period it was a different time period as far as the language that they used. They did not speak the way we speak today. There was not as much slang as there is today, and the people of the time used beautiful English. They didn't always, they had a greater vocabulary than we have today. We use a certain amount of words, but we don't expand our vocabularies like the people of the Civil War day did. They read a lot more. I mean, I'm not saying you guys don't read. We do read. But they read more real literature, and they were well-educated people. We're well-educated today, but in a different way. Understand what I'm saying? It was a different time period. So anyway, let's read here on page 488 about Meet the Author, Stephen Crane. Read that paragraph there for us. Jane.
Stephen Crane had never seen a battlefield when he wrote The Red Badge of Courage.
Take a look at, he wasn't even born until 1871. What year we're in? 1865. Yep.
Which he based on accounts of the Confederate victory at Chancellorsville.
Chancellorsville.
Even so, he described the experience of war so realistically that even combat veterans admired his work.
Yes, he was very skilled author. He really was. Okay, the vocab here. Careering means speeding. Okay? Careering off the road, speeding off the road. They spoke differently back then. Exasperation, you know what that means, right? Extreme, what's that word? No, those R's? Wow, that's really small print. Irritation in my book. Okay. Impotency means powerless. Powerlessness. Okay, being powerlessness. Okay, and then we have imprecations, which means curses. And imprecation, this is curse. So you need to know these. And then, what's that last one? Exultant. Very joyful. You're exultant. Okay. Keep these words in mind as far as we read today, okay? So you know what they mean as we're reading the story. Building background.
Okay, cool. The American novelist Stephen Crane, who created the most famous depiction of Civil War combat in his 1859 novel...
1895.
Knew that. 1895 novel, The Red Badge of Courage, did not describe the warfare in traditional heroic terms. Instead, he tried to present an objective, almost scientific examination of the effect of battle on individuals. As you read this excerpt from the Red Badge of Courage, beware of how Crane creates an effect of realism.
Okay, he was the first author to tell the story of the Civil War, the way the Civil War really happened. Okay, he talked about the horrors of the war. He didn't sugarcoat it and make it glory and all that stuff. He talked about the realism of the war. Okay, so the Red Badge of